What's up, everybody? Welcome to Just Because Gaming. My name is Michael,
And I'm Ray.
and thank you for joining us. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. We're trying to grow our audience, and with that being said, let's just jump into it.
So Asha Sharma is looking for ways to improve Game Pass, make more desirable to different kinds of people, to make it more affordable. Hopefully, it would be nice if she just take it back to the original, Ultimate back to the original $20 price. Maybe even 25 would be okay. Better than 30, that's for sure. But one of the things they were looking at possibly a tier of Game Pass that only had Xbox Studios being released day and date on that particular tier. So all the other little partners and everything that have come into Game Pass, you wouldn't have those. But if it was a game, an Xbox Studio, you'd have it day and date when it released, hopefully at a discounted price. They didn't say how much the price would be on that versus, Game Pass Ultimate. I don't know if you'd be able to play those on PC as well, like you can with Game Pass Ultimate. One of the main reasons I like Ultimate is because I can play a game on PC Game Pass or on my Xbox. So that's kind of convenient.
So I haven't heard about that plan. When you say that it would be Xbox Studios, is that specifically Xbox Studios, or would that be like the studios that Xbox also owns, like Bethesda?
Anything they've acquired, yeah, Bethesda, all that stuff. Yeah, they're all falling under Xbox's gaming, so that would be them, yes.
Okay, I mean that's
But
that's
things
not
like
terrible. That's still
no, that's still a lot of games because there's a lot of studios. But like
yeah,
things like Expedition 33 that were on Game Pass, it's on Game Pass, that's not an Xbox studio, so that wouldn't be available on that tier. Kind of give you an
yeah.
idea there. Probably a lot of the indie games wouldn't be on there because not very many of them. Well, I mean, there's a good number that come through Xbox Studios, but not a huge number,
Yeah. I mean, I gotta applaud Asha Sharma for trying to think outside the box like that to try to,
right?
think of other ways to market Game Pass.
Right. These are just ideas that are bouncing around too. None of these have been confirmed as, oh, this is definitely happening. So, but I mean, because they've also, she went and talked with Netflix CEO and was talking about maybe doing a bundle where they would bundle Netflix in with your Game Pass subscription. Um, you know, if they could make a significant
I did
savings of
hear
that,
about that one, but
that could be worthwhile.
yeah, I did hear about that where it would actually be like their cheapest one where it's bundled with Netflix, and unfortunately, it would be ad supported, which I don't exactly know how that would work, like whether you'd be like playing a game for like half an hour and then you see like a 2-minute commercial or something
Well,
like,
what
and
I've heard, yeah, because that was the other one I was going to mention was an ad supported version. And I don't think they're going to bundle that with Netflix because you'd have to make that you'd have to make it profitable for Netflix and for Game Pass, and that'd be kind of hard to do with it being. I don't think that'd be the cheapest one. I can see them adding that to Ultimate to make it worth the $30. Maybe they were talking about one that would be cheaper, maybe even as free if with the ads. So I don't know. I don't know if you get day and date everything released on that. It'd be like Game Pass Ultimate just with ads, and you'd be every I forget what it is, like 2 to 4 hours of gameplay, you'd have ads pop up in there and you'd have to watch a few ads and then you go back to your gameplay. Me personally, I mean, if it's like 4 hours, okay, that wouldn't be too big a deal, I guess. I could take a break for 4 hours, go take a leak while the ad plays, you know? Um,
yeah, I
but
don't know how
I
I
don't
feel
really
about
like the
that.
idea of ads,
I
not in
don't
my
know.
gaming.
I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about that because it's weird because there's one part of me that's like, don't do ads because that takes you out of the immersive experience of some of these games. But then there's another part of me that's like, having ad breaks in video games wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because there have been so many times, dude. And let me know, Ray, and for all of you watching, let us know in the comments if this has ever happened to you where it's like you start playing a game and it's like 10 o'clock and then you look up and you're like, oh crap, it's 2 in the morning. And you'd be like, okay, let me just finish this level. And you look up again, you're like, oh
Right.
no, it's 4 in the morning. Oh, I have to stop right now. So, I mean, I don't see ad breaks as like the worst thing in the world. And it just
Not if they're spaced out enough. But like if it
yeah,
comes
if
up
it's like
every 15 minutes, dude, I would throw my console through the wall. It would, oh, that would irritate me so much. And especially you'd have to have it where it could put the ad break in there, like maybe just before a cutscene or just after a cutscene, or you can't be in the middle of a boss battle. Oh, your time's up. Here's your ad break.
and the other thing would be is if they have a warning, because there's times I've watched shows and I forget what streaming service it is, honestly, but it'll say ads in, and it'll say like ads in 9, 8, 7, 6, and then it'll like show the ad and it'll be like 90 seconds worth of ads. And then it shows like a little timer at the top. And then it shows that it's like winding down to like 5 seconds, 4 seconds, all the way down to one, and it goes back. Something like that would be good because if I'm playing a game and I see at the bottom of the screen it says ads starting in, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then I'll be like, okay, let me pause. Or if it auto
Right.
pauses for you, like basically presses the Xbox button for you, and kind of backs you out of the game to start the ad, and then that's not the worst. I would be
Yeah.
afraid that I'd be in the middle of a boss battle and I'd get
Exactly.
back from the ad and I'm just dead. And I'm like,
Right.
damn it.
What happened? But, at least she's looking for alternatives, and from what I understand, she's put out a request, that if the community out there of gamers has ideas for the consoles, for Game Pass, for whatever, what kind of tiers you might want. She wants to hear this input from us. So, hey, send it out there if you have a good idea. Maybe it'll get used.
I would say definitely two things that I think would be brilliant would be one is making a Game Pass Ultimate ad supported tier because that's what people complain about the most is how expensive Game Pass Ultimate is. So
Right.
if you take that expensive price and like let's say you cut it in half, because I think it's right now what, $30 a month?
Yeah. $30.
So if you cut it from 30 to 15 and it's ads, I think the most ads I'd be able to stomach would be like every half hour, but as long as it's not crazy, if as long as it's not like 5 minutes worth of ads. If it's 90 seconds worth of ads every half hour at the most, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I don't know. When I'm playing an RPG, to get interrupted every half hour would be very annoying because it might take you a half hour just to get to somewhere in that thing, I mean, to get to where I've built up all this stuff over the last half hour. I'm ready to go fight. Now I have an ad. No.
Well, I know that for me as a dad with kids running around the house, I'm pausing the game all the time already. To
Right.
like pause the game, like go get a sandwich, pause the game, go yell at a child, pause the game, go switch over the laundry, whatever you got to do.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm already pausing the game a lot, so I think I think I would take that, honestly. If there was a Game Pass Ultimate for half the price, but with ads, like 90 seconds worth of ads, uh, no more than every half hour. So even if it was like every hour, fine.
Yeah.
Sign
Every
me
hour
up.
I think would be the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Anything less than that, I think it's too many ads too often.
Well, see, the problem with that is that you have to be able to actually get the opportunity to advertise, and I feel like there might be a lot of, like, teenagers and young adults that might not actually sit down for a full hour of video gaming, so they might not ever see the ads. So they do have
Well,
to make it marketable.
maybe you have it, when you first start the game, you get your first ad. So at least you get one ad in, no matter what. When you start a game, you get an ad.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
yeah,
gonna have to do it some way, so you get at least one ad out of here somewhere.
yeah, but
As
yeah,
long as
no,
they don't do it like Disney Channel where you're trying to watch a show on Hulu or Disney Plus, and here's an ad every like 15 seconds into the show. Hey, you got
yeah.
15 seconds of show. Here's an ad. Like, oh God, I'm never gonna get to see the show.
One of
I
the
got
one
rid
of
of
the
cable
annoying
for this reason.
one of the one of the annoying things that I've seen a lot is when I watch, like, over-the-air channels or no, not over-the-air channels. When I watch some, like, TV channels and stuff, there will be like a 90-second ad break, but for whatever reason, there's, like, hardly any ads, so it'll be, like, the same one ad over and over
Over
and
and
over, and
over.
I'm like, "Oh my god, if I have to see this stupid ad one more time." I would say 2 things to do with Game Pass would be, 1 is have all the tiers have ad-supported options where it cuts the price in half, and then the other thing is for the tiers that are not ad-supported, to increase value to that because, there were people that were cutting subscriptions and everything when the prices went up. I would say to make it more attractive because this is a problem that even I have is bring family subscriptions
Yeah, that would be
because
nice.
with all Microsoft products, like with Microsoft 365 and stuff, there is a family option and it's like I think $20 more a year and you can uh, share Microsoft 365 with up to 5 people. I would love that ability with my house. I would love the ability for my wife to have Game Pass and for my 2 daughters to have Game Pass on their accounts because right now I'm the only one in the house with Game Pass, and I'm not paying for 4 Game Pass subscriptions. So
No.
if they wanna play a game that's on Game Pass, they're gonna have to play it under me. But if they wanna play a game that, like, I'll buy, yeah, yeah, you can play it under you. But so it's a little bit unfair to them, but I would love I honestly, I would pay, like, an extra $5 a month to have, like, the family add-on, you know?
Yeah, depending on how many people they put on it too. I mean, say that if you can add up to 5 people, if it costs you $20 per person, all right, now it's everybody's paying $20. I could have all of my kids, me and the wife, that's 5 of us right there. So there you go. I'd have it covered with $20 a person
Are you
for
talking
the
about,
game.
like, per year?
No, per month. So
Dude,
it'd be
$20 per person, that's practically Game Pass.
that's what I mean. For 5 people
That you
though.
you might as well just buy Game Pass at that point.
No, you gotta buy it at $30 a month. We'd all be buying it for 20. You see what I'm saying? It's some
Nah,
savings in there for the family pass.
barely. I would rather spend I would rather, for me paying, $30 a month for Game Pass, I would rather pay instead of 30, I'd rather pay 35 or 40 to
Yeah.
have Game Pass plus family, you know? Now, I'm not paying an extra, like, per person. No, that's ridiculous. I ain't doing that. If my family wants Game Pass, they could pay for it themselves at that point. I'm not doing that. That's basically like a discount per person. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
I'm talking about an actual family plan.
And hey, the more people you have on the plan, the more discount you get. You might get it down to $10 a person. But so you have
No,
each person pay their part.
no, no. Stop. You're putting terrible ideas out there. Do you work for Xbox now with these terrible ideas?
Oh, they're liable to hire me any day now. Look at that.
With terrible ideas like that? Yeah, they are. You might get a call for PlayStation too.
Right? Why not? They're
What
headed
other
down the
terrible
same
ideas you
road.
got for us? But
That's our show for today. Thanks for watching and like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Later.
peace.